Hey guys, and welcome to the highlights package of our final friendly of the season against Richmond, recent winners of the Middlesex League and local rivals. Seeking to continue our dominant form in the pre-season friendlies, Kev Smith struck early before Richmond were able to hit back with a number of power play boundaries. Kev, continuing his dominance, struck again. Well, so we thought, until denied by one of the worst umpiring decisions I've ever seen. Spurred on by this injustice, Kev continued his dominance with the ball, finding the edge for the second time in 3 balls, dismissing the Richmond captain Will Phillips for 12. Kev was then able to find the edge of ex-Sunbury legend Adam London out for a first baller, Sunbury starting to show their dominance. 41 for 3 quickly became 41 for 4 as Reed chopped on again to the bowling of Kevin. Richmond began a comeback with some aggressive hitting from their overseas and number 6 batter. In taking the game to Sunbury, their overseas struck 2 huge sixes over the leg side boundary. Sunbury, seeking to pull themselves back into the game, looked to experienced player Sam Burgess to take the wicket. But ultimately it fell to Vishal Manroe, who was able to get Richmond's number 6 stumped, attempting to wildly hack one over mid-wicket. Burgess then dismissed the set batsman as Sunbury regained control of the game. But another partnership, courtesy of some well-struck boundaries, brought Richmond past the 200 mark, and the pressure was back on the home side. The guests were seemingly running away with the game and were set on a 300 plus target. But an inspired bowling change brought Alex Hughes into the attack, who quickly took 2 wickets, dragging Sunbury back into the game. Richmond closing the innings on setting Sunbury a target of 279. Sunbury began their innings losing Harper early, caught keeper off the bowling of Burton. Sam and last week's commentator Rajan were able to rebalance the Sunbury innings, setting a nice platform for the batters down the order. The pair's clean striking and confident stroke play brought Sunbury over the 50 mark. Rajan eventually fell for 26, barely an over before Sam, who also fell for 24, attempting a reverse sweep. At this point, Alex Hughes came to the crease, a hero with the ball, and in what can only be described as one of the best ball striking masterclasses I've ever seen. Himself and Sunbury's overseas, Colby, built a partnership littered with boundaries. Colby, playing the anchor role, had a front row seat of Alex's dismissive destruction of the Richmond attack. As Alex passed 50, his strike rate only increased, with another series of boundaries. Alex, taking a particular liking to the bowling of Desai, moved himself through the 70s and 80s and eventually into the 90s. In an extremely dominant display, Alex brought up his 100 in the 38th over with a quick single, marking one of his finest knocks in a Sunbury shirt. Alex would fall shortly after to a good catch on the long-on boundary by ex-Sunbury player Adam London. This sparked a mini collapse for the home side, who looked to young overseas Colby and experienced head Vishal to get the boys over the line. Vishal and Colby continued striking boundaries in a similar way to Alex, picking up where he left off. The pair eventually claimed victory with over 2 overs to spare.